Hello, this is Tony Hiller from RealClimateScience.com. Since Elon Musk bought Twitter, there's lots more accurate information available about climate. Unfortunately, though, there's also been an increase in certain types of misinformation. One of the claims is that oil is not a fossil fuel and that we have unlimited supplies coming from the interior of the earth. Let's take a look at that claim. This map shows all of the oil wells which were active in New Mexico in January 2022. Note that the vast majority of the state has no wells, and the majority of the wells are located in the San Juan Basin in northwestern New Mexico and the Permian Basin in the southeastern corner of the state, which borders on Texas. The Permian Basin is an ancient coral reef from several 100 million years ago. The Guadalupe Mountains in West Texas are the fossil remains of a massive coral reef. And that's the reason why we find all these oil wells in the southeast corner of the state. The Permian Basin is full of organic material from this ancient reef. And it's a similar story in the San Juan Basin. If oil was abiogenic, we would tend to find it evenly distributed around the state. But instead, oil is found in geologic formations which are full of organic material. Let's take a look at one of New Mexico's most productive wells down near the Texas border. Here's a close-up satellite view of the well. The name of the well is Neptune 10 Statecom, and it's operated by EOG Resources Incorporated. As you can see, production of both oil and gas has dropped sharply over the last 7 years. Wells are being depleted all over the United States as the supply of oil gets tapped. Our largest reserves of oil are in oil shale, which are largely untapped at this point. Western Colorado has massive reserves of oil shale. The oil in oil shale is derived from organic matter, largely fossilized algae. I was working on oil shale development under President Carter at Los Alamos Labs in 1980. A lot of work has been done since then, but we still don't have an environmentally sound extraction technology. I was also working on coal and natural gas development at Los Alamos at the same time and published a couple of papers on those topics. Another thing I was studying at the time was abiogenic methane, which is real. Saturn's moon Titan has large amounts of methane in its atmosphere. Titan is extremely cold and there's no life there, so the methane in their atmosphere has to be from non-biological sources. Oil is a different story, however. Living things are full of oil, so it shouldn't surprise anyone that oil is actually a fossil fuel. It's possible that there may be some abiogenic oil, but it's certainly not a very important resource if it does actually exist. Toto's been pulling back the curtain on junk science for 15 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki Upala, and the 4 new puppies on the web at RealClimateScience.com.